my dear students. I hope you are all doing well. Welcome to Bosco Campus Vision, Campus TV channel of Kottayam Don Bosco College. I am Raniyar, faculty member of English department. Today, I will be dealing the paper Communicative Applications in English, which is the open course paper offered by English Language and Literature for UG students. So, this paper is included in the 5th semester. Students from other streams except BA English can opt this paper as their open course. So, before going deep into the paper, let me remind you one thing. At the end of this video, a question is provided. Please do it as your homework and send me back the images of the homework through WhatsApp. Then only you will get the attendance. So, this is very important. Okay, now let's check the syllabus of the paper Communicative Applications in English. I have already mentioned students from other streams can opt this paper except BA English. So, you people may amuse why does this particular paper is included, an open course paper like this is included in your syllabus. So, this paper titled Communicative Applications in English. So, the major objective of this paper is to enhance you for your career prospects and employability, and to develop your personality by fine-tuning of your communication and presentation skill. So, this paper is very important for your career development. Okay, now let us check the syllabus of this paper. This paper contains 4 modules. First module discusses listening and speaking skills. Second module discusses reading and writing skills. Third module discusses writing for specific purposes like written English for your career enhancement. And the last module discusses the translation of short passages from Malayalam to English. So, this is the syllabus of this paper, Communicative Applications in English. So, the first module discusses listening and speaking skills, varieties of modern English, phonetics, different types of listening, communication and conversational skills, non-verbal communication, different types of communication, and personality development. In the second module, the rest of the 2 language skills, that is reading skill and writing skills, are explained in the second module. And it also has, the second module also discusses different forms of writing and the vocabulary used by a professional, and also written English for career enhancement. For example, so when you are going for a job, when you apply for a job, you must give your resume. So for that you must write the application letter. So how to write your application letter and how to prepare your resume. So here in this module we are discussing written English for career enhancement. Third module discusses written English for specific purposes, group communication and comparing script, and also writing summaries and reviews. And the last module discusses translation of short passages from Malayalam to English, then English for media. So these are the different things discusses in this paper, Communicative Applications in English. Okay, dear students, let's begin the paper Communicative Applications in English. Friends, you are all living in a world of high competition. So after your studies, you have to go through the process of interviews in order to get a job. Your academic qualifications are only one criteria for getting a good job. So when you go for an interview, the interview panel will definitely check your communication. So in order to get a good profession, in order to get a good job, you must have good communication skill. Okay, so what is the essential thing to make good communication? Definitely it is language. So if only you have proper language skills, then only you will have proper communication, then only you will get good job. So language skills are four different types: listening skills, speaking skills, reading skills, and writing skills. So these are known as language skills. So when you claim to know a language, you must know these four aspects of that language. So LSRW: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. These are the four different language skills. It is very essential to develop your communication. Of these four, listening and reading are receptive skills or input, and speaking and writing are productive skills or output. So for gain a proficiency in a particular language, please make that language part of your life. Expose yourself to that language and practice the language thoroughly. Then only you will get the language, and then only you will get the proper communication. Okay, so the first module discusses listening and speaking skill. First of all, let's check what is listening. Listening, as you know, it is very important skill, and it is the first and foremost skill of a language. Through this process of listening, students acquire vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation. It is very essential skill in one's personal, academic, and professional setting. International Listening Association defines listening is the active process of receiving, constructing meaning from that, and responding through spoken or non-verbal messages. So it is very active process. In this process, what happened? Receiving the message, and from the message we are constructing the meaning and responding through spoken or written messages. I hope you all see your teacher is teaching inside a classroom. So when a teacher is teaching, she is looking at the eyes of her students. So by checking the eyeball movement of the students, she may easily identify whether the student understand the portion she had discussed. So in such a situation, the student is giving back the feedback to the teacher through the movement of his eyeball. So it's a non-verbal message. So listening is the active process of receiving, constructing meaning from that, and responding through verbal or non-verbal message. It is the ability, listening is the ability to identify and understand what others are saying. And listening also, it involves comprehending a speaker's accent and pronunciation, grammar and vocabulary, and meaning and situation intended. So it is a very active process. So let's move on to the next topic. Next topic is process of listening. As I told you, listening is an active process. So it occurs in 5 different stages. First stage is hearing. Second stage is understanding and recognizing. Third stage is interpreting and evaluating. Fourth stage is responding. And the last stage is remembering. Okay, so first stage is hearing. In this stage, the student hear things, or the sound wave stimulate the sensory receptors of the ear, and the student or the listener perceiving the sound. So that is the first stage, hearing. So in this stage, sound waves stimulate the sensory receptors of the ears of the listener, and the listener perceive the sound. Second stage is understanding and recognizing. In this stage, the listener identifies and recognizes the sound and understanding the meaning from that. Third stage is interpreting and evaluating. In this stage, the listener decode the message, evaluate the message with reference of his values, beliefs, and ideas, and also considering the reliability and accuracy of the message. Fourth stage is responding. In this stage, The listener responds to message by means of oral or non-verbal feedbacks or oral or non-verbal messages. And the last stage is remembering. In this stage, the listener not only receive and interpret the message, but also he added it to his mind. So that is remember. He tries to recollect what he had already listened and he tried to add it to her mind or brain. So that is remembering. Okay, now let's check the problems of listening. So, in the case of English, the first problem of listening is weak relationship between English sounds and the way it spelled. Okay, so actually, you people may know that English is an unphonetic language. What do you mean by an unphonetic language? In an unphonetic language, there must not be a one-to-one relationship between the sound and the spelling that represent. Okay, the sound of the word and the spelling which represent. So that is why English is an unphonetic language. So the first difficulty of listening is the weak relationship between English sound and the way it's spelled. Second one is the rhythmic pattern of English speech. So when we listen to the BBC channel, British Broadcasting Channel, the news of British Broadcasting Channel, for some time we may not be understand anything because their accent is different from that of Indian English speakers. So definitely English is a rhythmic language. So there's a rhythmic pattern for English. So it seems very difficult for us to understand. So that is the second problem. Third one is inability to understand fast, natural, native sounding speech, but can understood people if they talk slowly and clearly. Okay, so this problem we people may face in some time in our life. Okay, so inability to understand fast and natural native sounding speech. So when a foreigner came to our place, he may be very fluent in his native tongue, native language. So at that time, when he started speaking, he used it as very naturally, but we seems very difficult to understand it. Okay, it is very difficult for us to understand. So that is also a problem of listening. Next problem is need to hear things more than once in order to understand. Okay, so when a communication process is going on, some listener may ask but twice or thrice for repetition. Okay, so they ask to repeat the session for twice, thrice, or some more time. So in such cases, what is the problem is they need to hear things more than once in order to understand. So that is also a problem of listening. Then limited vocabulary power. When you listen to something, if it contains new words, seems it is very difficult for you to understand. So limited vocabulary power is also a problem of listening. Next one is difficulty in recognizing the main point. Okay, and the last one is different kinds of noises. When a communication process is going on, there are different types of noises which may affect that process of listening. So that is also a problem of listening. Okay, so these are the major problems of the process of listening. Okay, my dear students, I hope you understood what the session, different topics discussed today. So I am giving you the assignment in the sense a classwork. So question is, what is listening, and explain different stages of listening. So please write down the answer of this question and take the image and send me back through WhatsApp. Then only you will get attendance. So I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Stay safe. See you in the next class. Thank you.